And we've got breaking news coming in, the very latest from Chennai. Panneerselvam, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, is presently at the Chennai Secretariat and will leave for his meeting with Sasikala at Poes Garden very shortly. He's already at the Secretariat. Earlier today, he refused to take any questions from our reporter in Ennore when he was asked to comment on speculation about the possible elevation of Sasikala as Chief Minister to replace Panneerselvam. Well, in just a short while from now, perhaps the doubts will be cleared up with Panneerselvam meeting his party boss Sasikala Natarajan at her Poes Garden enclave in Chennai. I want to go across to India Today's Akshita, who's with us live from Poes Garden. Akshita, what's the latest you're hearing from this upcoming meeting? What's the buzz around Poes Garden? Huge amount of interest in this one single meeting. Who is Mr. Panneerselvam going to be accompanied by?
He's accompanied by the Fisheries Minister, Mr. Jayakumar, as well, Shiv. He is at the Secretariat. He will be making his way to Poes Garden, but already we're seeing a steady stream of MLAs and ministers who are making their way to Poes Garden. Here, right behind me, about 200 meters from me, is where Sasikala is currently residing, which is former Chief Minister Jayalalitha's residence, the Veda Nilayam. She is currently there. This is the protocol that's usually followed, which is all the MLAs and ministers come to her residence and then they make their way to the AIADMK headquarters at Royapata, which is roughly about 10-15 minutes from here. So we will be seeing all of that happening. The meet is at 1:30, so we're expecting that the Chief Minister will make his way now, any moment now really, to Poes Garden. We'll possibly expect him to be here by 1 or 1:15 p.m, after which we will see all of them coming together. Sasikala will step out of her residence and they will then make their way to the AIADMK headquarters, Shiv.
Absolutely. The amount of intrigue surrounding this one little meeting, it's not like the two don't ever meet. They meet very often. There exists a structural relationship within the AIADMK already, even though the dynamics of it are completely different right now post Amma's death, Akshita. But at this point of time, you've got rebel MLAs, you've got people speaking out of turn within the AIADMK, which has never really happened before. What kind of buzz are you picking up from within the party? This is a party that never previously spoke out of turn.
Absolutely, Shiv. Things may have changed. In the last few months, we've seen quite a few changes in the AIADMK. They're a lot more vocal than they used to be. But having said that, as far as this meet is concerned, all lips are sealed. They're refusing to divulge any details as to whether a decision will be taken about Sasikala Natarajan's political future in the government, not just the party. They're refusing to give any details in that. But as far as really the structure is concerned, is this the right time for Sasikala to take over as the Chief Minister? Is a question many will ask, and the primary reason for that will be the legal hurdles that she faces. If she takes over today, let's say an official decision is taken and the announcement is made that she is going to be made the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, the headache of that DA case, the Forex violations case, all of that will still persist. So that is something that they have taken into regard in the last few months. Time and again, Shiv, India Today has been reporting this as well, that AIADMK MLAs, ministers, many of them have been very keen for Sasikala Natarajan to take over. But it's just not been seen really as the right time, because we've seen crisis after crisis post Jayalalitha's death. We saw Cyclone Varda, we saw the Jallikattu crisis, we now have the Ennore oil spill. During all of which, Panneerselvam has really been the backbone of the state. He's ensured that he's been there for the state. The government has drawn certain flag as well, and he's personally faced that, which is possibly why they felt that the time wasn't perfect in January, let's say post Pongal, to have Sasikala taking over as the helm of affairs, as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. So all of that was taken into consideration. Now, if a decision is taken, Shiv, they make no doubts about it. There's no doubt whatsoever that she will have a lot of challenges, and I'm not just talking about the legal ones, about the DA case, the Forex cases, but also in the fact that there are a number of political rivals. MK Stalin, Deepa Jayakumar, all of them have proved that they are fitting contenders really for Sasikala Natarajan at a time really when the AIADMK also needs a strong leader. So they seem to be in a bit of a predicament here, because this is possibly not the right time for Sasikala Natarajan to take over, image wise at least, for her personally, considering the number of cases against her and her kin. But at the same time, the party does need a strong face because, you know, there are local body elections coming up. A loyal party worker, someone like O. Panneerselvam, who is known to have done some very good work as a chief minister, can he gather that kind of support that Jayalalitha has, or possibly that a Chinnamma Sasikala can? Those are questions that the party faces at this point. Maybe swayed by that, they could take a decision today.
It's about command and control. It's about work ethic. It's about the party's culture that, you know, the rank and file have been used to for so long. You know, are they going to listen to Panneerselvam? Are they going to listen to Sasikala? Is it going to be one person? It's going to be many power centers? It's a very fundamental question. It's almost an existential sort of question for the AIADMK, because what they've been through since Jayalalitha's death in December last year is something absolutely unprecedented in the history of this in this party. They're looking for you know, a single amount of a single point of stability within the party, but they haven't quite found that just yet. Akshita, stay with me for a moment, because after taking over as General Secretary of the AIADMK post Jayalalitha's death, speculation is rife, and it's justifiable that Sasikala may take over as the next Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. A final decision on this matter will be taken, as Akshita said, at possibly the legislators meet slated for this afternoon. The current Chief Minister, O. Panneerselvam, who's on his way to meet Sasikala at Poes Garden shortly. MLAs of the AIADMK have also gathered at Poes Garden. However, O. Panneerselvam, who was in Ennore earlier today to take stock of cleanup operations after the oil spill last week, directly evaded India Today's questions about Sasikala's possible elevation and the AIADMK meeting.
Sasikala madam CM பண்ணுவா அவங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்க அத பத்தி? So you say something? Sasikala madam CM பண்ணுவா அவங்க என்ன சொல்றீங்க அத பத்தி? So you say something?
And, you know, unlike earlier, as Akshita was saying, this is a point of time where the AIADMK rank and file ministers, members have started speaking. Let's listen in to some of those reactions we've been getting politically. I want to go straight back to senior journalist T.S. Sudhir, who's at the AIADMK headquarters in Roypeta in Chennai. Sudhir, you know, I'm sure you've seen this clip just now of Mr. Panneerselvam smiling and evading, you know, Rohini's question about, you know, about whether, you know, there is going to be a change in the chief ministership of Tamil Nadu. He just smiles and walk away. It's a smile that we've all been very used to ever since the South Conclave, you know, giving away absolutely nothing and yet smiling about the possibilities. Would he be happy, Sudhir, in your reading, to step aside and let Sasikala be the chief minister?
Well, just to go into the history of the AIADMK shift, AIADMK is a party which has always been used to one leader leading both the government as well as the party. They're not used to a second-rung leadership, which is perhaps why someone like Tambidurai, who is the deputy leader of the deputy speaker in the Lok Sabha, actually writing on his official letterhead that Sasikala should step up and take charge as the chief minister of Tamil Nadu. So they are not very comfortable with O. Panneerselvam actually emerging as some kind of a rival power center, at least in public perception and as far as the government of India looks at it. As far as Panneerselvam himself is concerned, he also knows his limitations. He does realize that he has the support of only one MLA in the entire AIADMK legislature party, and that is O. Panneerselvam. He does realize that if he revolts, he will really have nobody to stand by him. So he will really have to cut his losses and see what best he can make under the present circumstances. As far as Sasikala camp is concerned, importantly, they have realized that since the 5th of December, the 6th of December at 1:30 a.m. when Panneerselvam took charge till now, actually his stature has risen because the manner in which he actually diffused the Jallikattu crisis, got the ordinance issued, got it cleared by the Tamil Nadu Assembly, got the presidential nod, has actually elevated his stature in the eyes of the public as someone who is a silent administrator who lets his work do the talking. So in that sense, the Sasikala camp would also be a little worried that if they actually give him a long rope, let him stay in the chair of the chief minister, his image will actually go up, and that is something which they may not really want. So the calculation essentially is how much time they should really give Panneerselvam as chief minister and whether they should pull the plug. If they decide to pull the plug, Panneerselvam really does not have much of a choice but to put in his papers.
Absolutely, he may not have much of a choice. The principle point on the table is here is a structure and a party that is unused to having two power centers. They've always been used to having the same person leading the party and being the chief minister of the state. So how does the dynamic actually fall between Panneerselvam and Sasikala? And could Panneerselvam finally have no choice in the matter? All in the realm of speculation, at least for this moment. We will know. Hopefully there will be more clarity after the upcoming meeting at about 1:30. The equation between Chinnamma and O. Panneerselvam at the India Today South Conclave last month in Chennai fueled even more speculation that Chinnamma will ultimately take over as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Here's a report on that inaugural session of India Today South Conclave, which was attended by both Sasikala and O. Panneerselvam.
A huge round of applause for our chief guest, Madam Sasikala Natarajan. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed guests.
Jayalalitha's two successors, one leading the party, the other managing the government. Brought together on the same stage for the first time after Amma's death at the India Today South Conclave last month in Chennai. And it was immediately clear who was the boss. It was Chinnamma who led the way onto the stage, with CM Panneerselvam following close behind. Sasikala lit the ceremonial lamp and formally inaugurated the event.
Thank you so much. Let's remember Tamil Nadu's very own Amma. A huge round of applause.
The proceedings began with a tribute to Jayalalitha, and her close confidant couldn't hold back her tears. Throughout the ceremony, the virtual spotlight was on Sasikala, even as the Chief Minister deferred to her at every step. It was quite clear from her body language that she was in total command. AIADMK MP Matriyan, who addressed the conclave, showered praises on Sasikala, clearly hinting that she would be the next queen of Tamil Nadu.
In her memory, Chinnamma has been a virtual shadow of Amma, having lived for 33 long years with her.
Sasikala even left the conclave's inaugural session before Chief Minister's address. Later, when asked about Sasikala's possible ascension, O. Panneerselvam smiled and walked away.
India Today Group for gracing the occasion. Thank you so much once again.
I couldn't see any change of guard. I couldn't see any change of guard.
At the conclave, it became clear that it was only a matter of time before she will be officially appointed as the head of the state government. Bureau Report, India Today.
I want to go across to the DMK's A. Saravanan, who joins us on the phone line from Chennai. Mr. Saravanan, thanks for speaking to India Today. Interesting times in Chennai with speculation over, whether there will be a shift of power in the Chief Minister's office of Tamil Nadu. Your party working president, Mr. Stalin, has made it very clear that they oppose any such move. But what is the DMK likely to do in the event that Sasikala becomes the Chief Minister, sir?
Our leader made it very, very clear that whatever we do will be within the democratic framework. That is one thing. And he also made it very, very clear that Tamil Nadu did not give the mandate to anybody from Jayalalitha's household. Even Mr. O. Panneerselvam does not have the explicit legitimacy because in 2015 the people voted for Selvi J. Jayalalitha as the Chief Minister, and now she's in. But at least Mr. Panneerselvam was someone who fought the elections along with Selvi J. Jayalalitha. At least he has some legitimacy. But now Mrs. Sasikala trying to take the mantle, I think that will be clear usurpation of the power, illegal usurpation of the power.
Okay, you're saying this is a usurpation of power. Saravanan, thank you so much for speaking to India Today. We're going to keep coming back to you. We're going to try and speak to other DMK leaders as well and get you as many political voices from the spectrum in Tamil Nadu about what is a situation in flux. There's a great deal of turbulence and speculation and intrigue over whether there will be a change of chief ministership in Tamil Nadu this afternoon. We're going to be live throughout this developing story. Stay with India.